Hey guys, I just got some new cubes, and they're pretty big, or at least in terms of the complexity of it all. I got a Megaminx and a 5x5 Rubik's Cube. So this is going to be a mini review on both of these cubes. I just got them on Amazon. They were $10 each, and I think they're both pretty good. So let's start with the Megaminx. So, the Megaminx, I think is, well, it's an interesting puzzle because it has 20 corner pieces and 30 edge pieces, and also 12 centers, but they don't move, so they don't really count. Anyway, there are 20 corners and 30 edges, so it's pretty complex, especially since it's amongst 12 sides. But this also means you have more turning capabilities. So like, even if most of the cube is solved, like all of this, you can still do like 2 turns, and you can get some pretty neat stuff out of that, especially like if you do this, do a turn here and undo. I just think that there are lots of turning possibilities on the Megaminx. Anyways, I really like the shades of this color. I think they're all very vibrant. They didn't give me replacements because some people prefer black instead of gray. But since this was only $10, they don't give you the replacement pieces, which is fine. But I know some of the higher end Megaminxes do allow this to be switched over to black. But still, I think the colors are very nice. You have these little grooves here on the corners, not the edges though. But it's still fine. I think it works fairly well. However, not having it on the edges is definitely a minor setback. And also the turning, kind of crunchy, in my opinion. Like, it definitely has those clicks in it. It's definitely a very interesting turning mechanism. I think it turns pretty well. The corner cutting can go about an edge or so. And reverse corner cutting, it can do like half a piece, like half the center. So it's okay, but not great. But on a cube like this, especially like a Megaminx, corner cutting doesn't matter that much, but I feel like this amount of corner cutting can definitely suffice my solves. However, I do feel like there are some lockups I get on my solves, but it's certainly not a major deal. But of course I didn't know how to solve this, so I went on Cube Skills, which is like the Felix Zemdeg's website, and I learned how to solve it, and now I can solve it in, I don't know, I'm pretty slow at it. Like, it definitely takes me a few minutes at best. But I will definitely improve in the future. I think this is a very neat puzzle, and for $10, it's pretty good. However, one of my complaints is that it's really hard to get the center caps off here, because when you take the center caps off, that's how you get access to the screw inside, but it's really hard to do that. Oh, gosh. Okay, well, I'll just pause this and see if I can get inside. Alright, I finally got in. That took a while. Actually not too long, but still, I think it's harder than it should be, and putting it back in is also not the easiest thing. But I feel like the setting it's at out of the box is pretty good, or at least how I got it. But I'd say for $10, I'll give it a 10 out of 12 for my score there. Now for the 5x5, one interesting thing about this is that it is the exact same size as my 4x4, which is 61 millimeters, which is big for a 4x4, and small for a 5x5, so I am in big cube limbo right now. Anyways, I thought my 4x4 was an okay size, but now that I got a 5x5 of the exact same size, it just got me to realize how big this is, but I still like how big it is, and I definitely prefer this size. I don't know, I just prefer bigger cubes, but not like insanely big. However, this is pretty tiny. However, at least it does beat out the Megaminx, and that is a lot easier to get to the screw. However, the first time I tried this, it popped off and I almost lost it. But thank goodness I didn't. Anyways, like I mentioned on the Megaminx, corner cutting isn't that important, but it can do like about a piece or so. Just like on the Megaminx, and reverse corner cutting, around half a piece. So basically the same as the Megaminx. Now, for this, I did not use Felix Zemdeg's tutorial. I actually already knew how to solve a 4x4, so I took my knowledge of that and also some help from JPerm's tutorial. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a pretty nice cube. The layers turn all pretty nice, like I feel like this sort of middle layer here isn't as good as the others. Like this one, it's just not as good. But I still think that it's a pretty solid cube, not as much to say this time compared to the Megaminx. But yeah, it is definitely tiny. And it was on sale on Amazon from $20 to only $10. So I picked it up. And I liked it. I think it's still pretty good. Probably my most advanced puzzle, besides maybe like Megaminx or something. These are probably the two most complex in my collection currently. I definitely hope to get harder puzzles in the future. I've heard the gear Pyraminx is like really tough. But also these two are pretty tough as well, especially Master Pyraminx and 4x4. Well, that's just a mini review. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'd say for $10, they are both pretty good. And my final score for 5x5, probably another 10 out of 12. So that is it. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you did, please subscribe for more videos like this, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!